Just saying, like, there was a picture of you and say Kendall Jenner, and I know people would be like, "Oh my God, I can't."
You smashed Kendall Jenner, bro?
No, it was just a picture of them.
Obviously, if I knew that this was going to be the outcome, like, I would have never done something like this. But you don't know when you're in the moment, and like, it was the most, like, it was.
Child, everyone and their mama know that Rihanna is the savage queen of the century, and if she don't mess with you, she don't mess with you. Just ask Kendall Jenner. Riri has never tried to hide the fact that she don't like Kendall, and many people have speculated over the years as to why Riri hates Kendall so much. But now, Riri is finally revealing the reason she don't mess with Kendall Jenner, and well, you already know it's petty.
It was the most, like, it was so, like, I just felt so stupid.
So before Rihanna popped out with her Fenty brand, got together with A$AP Rocky, had a bunch of kids, and entered her billionaire boss babe era, oh baby, she was in her villain era. Bad gal Riri, as she was known back then, did not care what anyone thought, and if you came for her, she made sure you regretted it. She was the queen of clapbacks and got into it with many celebs on Twitter like Tiana Taylor, Sierra, TLC, Janae Aiko, and Joanne Rivers, but one of her most memorable feuds was with Kendall Jenner. The feud between Kendall Jenner and Riri kicked off in 2012 when Kendall decided to hop on Twitter and threaten Riri. I guess no one warned her about coming for Rihanna because she got the clapback of a lifetime. Kendall tweeted, "If Rihanna doesn't perform Complicated tomorrow, I'm gonna be very upset." Now at the time, people were split about how to receive this tweet, while some people thought Kendall was just being super excited about one of her favorite artists and just wanted her to perform her favorite song. Others thought Kendall was being mad shady and trying to diss Rihanna. Well, people didn't have to speculate for long because Riri entered the chat, letting everyone know exactly how she felt about Kendall's tweet. "Well, don't come," she replied to Kendall. But that was just the beginning for Riri and Kendall. Fans got confirmation that Riri was definitely not a fan of Kendall when Rihanna pulled out of performing at the Victoria's Secret fashion show. Here's how it all went down. So the year was 2015, and at the time, the Victoria's Secret fashion show had all the hype and everyone tuned in to catch the models and the performers. And it was a good platform for Riri because it was an opportunity for her to create buzz for her upcoming album, Anti. But all of a sudden, Riri pulled out of the show last minute and Ellie Goulding had to replace her. Well, word on the street is Rihanna got wind that Kendall was gonna be there, and to make things a whole lot worse, she found out that her bestie Jordan Dunn had been pulled out of the show to make space for Miss Kendall. Minutes after the news of Jordan not being a part of the show anymore hit the streets, Rihanna announced she was not going to be performing at the show. Now, at the time, her team tried to damage control and said she's still working on some stuff and the music isn't to a point where she wants to perform it. Things are supposed to be further along, but she's still not ready. But nobody was buying that, especially when Jordan Dunn tweeted and quickly deleted this. Feeling so much better about not doing BS. Sorry, I mean VS, now that Rihanna isn't doing it also. She wrote alongside a laughing emoji. The speculations got even worse when another source came out and revealed the reality of what actually went down. The source said, "The reality about Rihanna and her sudden cancellation of the VS gig has nothing to do with her album. She's done many other less high-profile shows this past month. She canceled because VS replaced black supermodel Jordan Dunn with Kendall Jenner last minute, and Jordan was very upset about it." The source go on to say that Riri is cool with Jordan, so she rejected the show to show her support for her girlie. Kendall didn't even have to audition, the source said, adding, "Now I love me some Kenny, but this is foul on every level." The fans definitely agreed that this was foul, and many of them took to Twitter to praise Riri for being a girl's girl. So the truth is Rihanna canceled the VS appearance because Jordan Dunn. And trust, Kendall received a lot of backlash for that, but believe it or not, that was only the beginning for Kendall. Kendall was dragged when she dissed other models who had to work twice as hard as she did. She said, "Since the beginning, we've been super selective about what shows I would do. I was never one of those girls who would do like 30 shows on a season or whatever the F those girls do." Child, when I tell you no one was here for Kendall coming, and people dragged her for being insensitive and disrespectful to other models who had to work much harder than she did to get the gigs that her family's name got her. And to make things worse, Kendall was named the highest grossing model of the year, a position that top model Giselle Bündchen had previously held, and no one was having it. People thought supermodels like Adriana Lima and Naomi Campbell deserved it more than she did. Kendall's comment didn't just piss off the fans, fans, it rubbed other models the wrong way, and they did not waste time putting her on blast on social media. Whatever the F those girls do is do their very best and make their way up and try to make some money so that they can provide for themselves and their families. Model Dara Stroker shared on Instagram story. Oh, and it's 70 shows this season, by the way, and we are all effing proud of every single one of those girls that did it. And then things between Riri and Kendall got even more intense when Kendall received the Fashion Icon of the Decade award. Listen, no one thought Kendall deserved that award, especially not over someone like Riri, who had been serving looks since she was a teenager. It just didn't make sense to anyone that Rihanna was so far with her fashion that she was named the Queen of Met Gala would be passed on for Kendall, who was 21 years old at the time and had barely been a model for 5 years. And you already know, Rihanna was not gonna let that slide. A source spoke to Star Magazine saying Riri and Kendall attended an event together, and when Riri saw Kendall and what she was wearing, she did not hold back. Rihanna was standing next to Kendall Jenner at the bar and loudly said, "Good thing I have curves to pull off this outfit. I would hate to be a stick figure," the source said. Then she just stared at Kendall, laughed in her face, and walked away. Oh, now listen, though people are all for Riri speaking her mind, they did not like the body shaming part and call her out for it. But Riri was not playing with anyone. She stood on business and did not apologize for the comment. Not only did she not take the comment back, she proceeded to shade Kendall again at New York Fashion Week. While it's attending a Fashion Week show, Riri was caught making a stink face as Kendall walked the runway. Child, it was obvious that Riri was not impressed by what Kendall got going on, and she didn't even try to hide it.
People think that Rihanna and A$AP Rocky are throwing shade at Kendall Jenner, and here's why. At the last show that Kendall Jenner walked at, Rihanna and A$AP Rocky were in the crowd. And people noticed they looked like this when Kendall Jenner walked by. Notice Rihanna's face. So when people caught wind of that, the Twitter memes began. People said Rihanna's face during Kendall Jenner's walk. Riri said, "I know y'all lying." This was Rihanna's face while Kendall Jenner walked the runway.
Riri's reaction to Kendall walking the runway got many fans talking, and a lot of them wonder why Riri hated Kendall that much. Many fans began to speculate that it might be because Kendall used to mess around with Riri's man and baby daddy, A$AP Rocky. And y'all know Riri don't play about family.
Also, on a side note, if you don't remember, back in 2016, Kendall Jenner and A$AP Rocky were in some type of a relationship. Maybe it's a little jealousy, maybe there's some bad blood, or maybe it's a total coincidence.
So, before A$AP Rocky got all wifed up by Riri, he used to be in them streets, and one of the people he was messing with was Kendall Jenner. According to the reports, they linked up in 2016 and began hanging out everywhere. Hell, they were even taking their relationship international, baby, looking hella cozy in Paris, New York, and Miami. The two were also spotted at Coachella in 2017, where they reportedly were super cozy and super close. But what made it super official was when they were seen at the Met Gala being all over each other, taking photos together, looking all happy and stuff. Basically things that people do in relationships. But that wasn't all. Fans got the confirmation they needed about the relationship when Kendall's big sister Kim posted a snap of Kylie bending down to take this photo of Kendall and A$AP as they made out. The fans immediately clocked this and speculated that Kim only posted the photo to get on Rihanna's nerves because at the time everybody knew that A$AP had a crush on Riri. But then there are some fans who don't think that's it, especially because Riri has been in the industry a long time and has probably worked with many people who are mean, but she don't treat them like she does Kendall. So sources close to Riri finally revealed why Riri is not here for Kendall, and according to them, her dating A$AP is definitely part of it, but not the only reason. Sources say Riri is not a fan of how Kendall had everything handed to her and doesn't even bother to pretend that she cares about other people. And the fact that she dated Riri's man, A$AP definitely doesn't help her case with Riri. And as usual, the fans have been talking about this like this fan who said, "We need more people like Rihanna who don't care about who people think they are and just speak with no BS. It's about time the Kardashians and Jenners go down and pay for all the bad that they've done to others on their way up." Riri is where she is due to her undeniable hard work and talent, and no matter how much the Jenner and Kardashian sisters try, they will never be able to compare themselves to Rihanna. To be honest, Kendall and her sisters are only getting what they give out to others. Karma, what goes around comes around, another fan added. So what y'all think? Do y'all think Riri don't mess with Kendall because she was messing around with A$AP, or is there more to it? Let me know in the comment section, and if y'all want more messy celeb tea, check out the other videos on the channel.